Okay, it's the next day after Typhoon Saola, and I'm just gonna drive around the area of Taipa. Actually, this is one of the areas that I thought was gonna be, all this construction was gonna be moved all over the place. It's not too bad. It's good. So okay, so we're gonna drive around Taipa and see what else, how else everything else looks. All right, so stay tuned. Hey, checking out Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Okay, let me see. See, there's a lot of debris. It's actually the storm is kind of moved past, but it's still labeled as category 8. Last night it went up to 10, so just so you understand the system, it's 8, 9, 10. Sorry, 1, 3, 8, 9, 10. So it's still category 8 right now, but as you can see, the winds are past, but you could get some strong gusts, I guess, so it's still labeled like that. Okay, let's check out Taipa. I'm gonna bring the camera into the town part. I'm just kind of going above it a little bit. Yeah, actually, I'm just kind of capturing, it's actually not too bad. There was a 2017, 2018, there was like these massive trees, just everything's just tore down. And last night, it did get up to the highest category, but, well, I haven't seen most of the city, to be honest, so I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna drive into it and kind of check it all out. And we still got our winds, so you can see some things still kind of moving around a little bit. But for the most part, it's kind of interesting. I was just driving around before I started filming, and I was watching some people waiting for buses. I think those are gotta be tourists. There's no buses running when it's still category 8. I saw some people trying to go into McDonald's, but those were, looks like they're gonna open them up at 10. And I don't know when it's gonna be moved to category 3. I think anytime. It's basically past the bulk of it. The eye of the storm is well gone. Looks like these streets are already cleaned up. I can see like the little leaves, you know, they're all kind of pushed to the side and they're quite small. So they probably, these main roads they would have went through probably at 5 in the morning, you know, or now it's about 10 in the morning. So we kind of don't have, we got some stuff, but it's not so bad really. The streets are kind of quiet this morning. There's a McDonald's right here, so all these people are stopping, but the streets look like they were already cleaned. There's still some branches like this one to the right. Yeah, these people are getting ready to go to McDonald's. Some tourists from the hotel. But for the most part, everything's kind of back to normal. Not back to normal, but the risk is done. And I was kind of driving around, just kind of show you what it looks like. Let me just kind of give you some facts about it. So the Typhoon, it was like category 1 maybe 3 days ago, and then maybe yesterday it was category 3 up until 2 p.m. And then at 2 p.m. it hit category 8, and then people were still kind of doing everything, myself included. I was filming for a while, and then it was about 9 p.m. when it went to category 9, and you could feel it amp up quite a few notches around that time. And then I think it was 1 in the morning when it went up to category 10. There's another McDonald's right there as well. It's really not much. I see a few little things, but compared to other years. But but you know, like there was a couple years ago when it was in 2017, Hato, They undervalued it, so so it was much worse than this, and then I think it never went to category 10. They just kind of for some reason it didn't, some kind of political reason, and now it seems like they will bring it up to a 10 a lot quicker because it was so devastating that year. So people kind of walking around. You're kind of getting a little bit of a tour of Taipa as well after the storm. This street won't be, this isn't a main road, so they'll probably pick these trees up later. But any big branches probably would have been picked up already. Not too bad. So yeah, I think it went back down to category 8. Maybe I went, you know, I hit like category 10 at 1 a.m. Now it's 10 a.m. So it would went back down to 9 and then 8, and then it'll go down to 3. So I don't know. I haven't. I'm not sure exactly when yet. But I can feel it's coming. I mean, the buses aren't running yet because it's still category 8 though. At the minimum, you're kind of getting a nice tour of Taipa. There's Galaxy Casino straight ahead. And we're in an area called Taipa Village. This street right here will usually have just tons and tons and tons of tourists. So making it difficult to drive. It's kind of interesting. This is kind of like during the COVID era, those 3 years of COVID, when I could just go down there at any time and nobody's in the road. So this kind of reminds me of that feeling of having the city to yourself. Both are good. Oh, what? They got all these lanterns up everywhere? Those things are all up still? That means that says something. All those lanterns. Let me just kind of see real quick. Look at all that stuff there. They just kind of covered it up and it's still there. Got all that scaffolding right there. That would, in a really strong storm, all that would be gone. But all that scaffolding is still there. Yeah. So I don't know what to assess. It's hard to assess it based on the damage. I think these days they just try to keep everybody safe. So they so they end up categorizing it all the way up to a 10. But I think the winds were there. Actually, to be honest, I think I'm playing a little bit false about something. Those really bad storms, we were in the eye of the storm. 2017 Halo in particular, the eye went through us, you know, which just did massive destruction. This one, we experienced the winds of the typhoon, and the typhoon was here, but it didn't, we weren't actually like in the eye of it, so you know, it would have been a lot more destructive had we were. It skirted south of us, so it wasn't too far though. I mean, the eye of it, the eye is maybe 20 kilometers south of us, but you know, when it's a direct hit, it's like, whoa. So I guess I should probably explain that's probably really good. I really didn't want to have a destroyed city this morning, so but actually, as I'm saying, it's category 10. It was category 10, but it was category 10 about 20 miles south of here in the ocean, but it's category 10 labeled as well here. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this one. So yeah, not too bad. There's a fire truck up there. We already went through the street. You know, I'm gonna just go down I'm gonna keep the camera on just a little bit longer because I'm gonna take a left, and I saw a bunch of people waiting at the bus stop, and we'll just capture that on camera. Yeah, look at these streets. They're kind of nice and empty. It's like, get the city to yourself for a little bit. So yeah, we're just gonna take a look at these bus stops, and I'll just bring you with me. So take a left here, and you're also kind of getting a little tour of like downtown Taipa. Yeah, these guys are kind of looking around. I think that some of those guys there, I went by here earlier and there was a lot of people at the bus stop, so I think those guys were at the bus stop and they were just standing here waiting for the bus. I was like, oh man, you guys are gonna have to wait until it goes down to category 3. There's one guy right there. Anyways, there you go. Hey, checking out Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Toma cuidado la